停止赛前练习，场上热身球员请回球队席。The warm-up session is over. Both team players return to team bench area, please, right now.
好，提醒所有现场的球迷朋友，在待会要来关闭我们的场灯也会变得比较昏暗，也请大家尽快找到自己的位置来就座。特别提醒，今天带着小朋友前来支持勇士的家长们，也要更注意小朋友的移动的脚步，避免有任何的意外发生。再来跟大家分享，今天我们也有准备许多美食摊位，都在2楼，欢迎大家去选购好吃的餐点，吃饱之后才有力气来为勇士加油。最后也建议，如果有身体不舒服的朋友，在这边还是希望在非用餐期间戴上口罩会比较好哦。谢谢大家。
过来一点，对，这样就好了。好了，没关系，你们坐过去吧。
熟悉的音乐响起，代表着勇士赛前的活动也要正式的展开。在这边先邀请大家拿起折扇，跟上音乐的节拍，拍手。
欢迎来到台北富邦勇士主场，今天也要全力为我们加油。
It's that time. Are you ready? It's showtime.
所有喜欢台湾篮球、支持台北富邦勇士的朋友，大家晚安，大家好！欢迎大家在今天2月17号的星期六晚上来到和平篮球馆，先给今天无论是请假或是提早下班下课的自己来点掌声鼓励好吗？谢谢你们。谢谢大家在今天愿意继续来支持勇士。那么从过年前，甚至过年后的第一场赛事，就继续来陪伴勇士。先跟大家说一声，欧巴，萨拉嘿哦，안녕하세요，欢迎来到我们的主场。相信大家从赛前的进场赠品，以及在我们摊位活动，甚至是2楼的美食摊位，都感受到我们就是要将所有 满满的最道地的韩式应援风格带到我们的勇士主场。在今天，我们也邀请到我们4位来自韩国的外援的啦啦队，一起陪伴 Angels 来为勇士来加油。也希望大家可以拿出我们的热情，让他们感受到我们勇士主场的热情，一起来为勇士加油。在这边先来提醒大家，这2天有进场的，你们的票根要记得留好哦。为什么呢？带着无论是电子票或纸本票，这个票根我们一起到舒瓦餐厅用餐，到4月底前去用餐，我们只要消费满1499元，我们舒瓦就要招待给大家一份。仔细听。cheese 爆浆熔岩蒸蛋，非常厉害的餐点要来招待给大家。要记得带着我们好朋友一起去过节啊！像是我们最近新年刚过，以及我们情人节要去过节的话，记得我们就首选舒瓦餐厅，有最好吃的韩式料理招待给大家。那么要记得票根要留好哦，直到4月底。接下来好久不见的主场，当然也有好久不见的年度最佳啦啦队富邦 Angels， 请大家拿起你的折扇，拿出我们的热情，一起掌声欢迎富邦 Angels！
You can be a lover or a fighter, whatever you desire. Life is like a runway and you're the designer. Wings of a butterfly, eyes of a tiger. Whatever you want, baby, choose your fighter. I know this world can be a little confusing, no walk in the park, but I can help you solve the riddle. You're perfect as you are. If you wanna break out of the box, wanna call all the shots. If you wanna be sweet or be soft, then go off. If you wanna go 6-inch flat, wanna wear hot pink or black, don't let nobody tell you you can't, 'cause you can. You can be a lover or a fighter, whatever you desire. Life is like a runway and you're the designer. Wings of a butterfly, eyes of a tiger. Whatever you want, baby, choose your fighter. Choose your fighter. Choose your fighter.
Real hot girl shit. Okay, the hate turned me to a monster, so I guess I'm evil now. I woke up and I blacked out everything so I can see it now. I'm on that demon time, it's only right I cop the Hellcat. They always hit me where it hurt, but this time I felt that. Why I gotta prove myself to bitches that I'm better than? As if I wasn't at radio stations going super saiyan. As if this fucking body isn't everything they buying. And as if a nigga didn't shoot me and they picking sides. I'll be back, I'm about to go crazy. I ain't pulling up, less them hoes finna pay me. Bitch, I'm the shit, and I ain't gotta prove it. Finna go dumb since these hoes think I'm stupid. I'm about to go crazy, 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 crazy. I'm about to go crazy, 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 crazy. I'm about to go.
掌声送给富邦 Angels。
现在介绍双方球员登录名单。首先介绍客队福尔摩沙梦想家。
我做着白日梦，白日梦，白日梦。你做着白日梦，白日梦，白日梦。我做着白日梦。
球衣背号0号陈正杰，4号 Number 4德文马布尔，7号林耀松，10号丁冠豪，18号杨胜彦，21号简浩，24号 Number 24辛沃克，30号吴松伟，88号周伯成。先发球员 Starting Five 背号11号后卫林俊吉。背号23号后卫钱肯尼，28号后卫卢冠良，34号中锋 Number 34吉尔贝克，42号前锋 Number 42顾伊德。福尔摩沙梦想家总教练 Head Coach Adam Pearman， 助理教练戴柏林、陈世念，体力教练蔡明达，数据影像分析师谢一谦，防务员侯耀新。球队管理王玉志，董事长田磊，总经理韩俊凯。球迷朋友们，全新的赛季只有我们能挑战4连霸。身为团队里的一份子，为了所有支持呐喊的球迷，目标把荣耀留在台北这座城市。勇士将坚持面对挑战，努力突破自己的极限。今天也将再次缔造属于我们的勇士王朝。
在这主场上，有我们的年华飞扬，遗憾的瞬间都铸就了不凡的传奇。比赛背后是世代相传的信念，决胜时刻，我们是队友，是家人，我们将传递荣耀，并肩前行。你们的眼中闪烁着未来的星辰，而我们将在宇宙中永恒。
你以为哦，不吼了？
I can't lose, I won't lose. You may wanna, you can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' save yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. Play yourself, save yourself. I think it's best you run away. I won't let you finish. You came for me, you played yourself. You scream for help. It's a shame that nobody.
For the win！ 台北富邦勇士的球迷们准备好了吗？让我听到你们的尖叫声！现在介绍地主队台北富邦勇士球员登录名单。首先欢迎勇士吉祥物比尔。球员组长背号0号后卫山线一哥南洋小跑车赖廷恩，背号1号前锋勇往直前不屈不挠战力浮现陈范博彦，背号6号后卫帅气与球技兼具国民姐夫吴永胜。背号8号前锋勇士队逆流而上的鲑鱼 ，Number 8周桂宇。背号10号前锋 Number 10。来自法国浪漫射手 Fubon 张文平，背号12号小前锋勇士队精神领袖，永远的人气王野兽林志杰，背号20号内外兼备双人中锋 Number 20 Justin Payton 佩登。背号21号中锋 Number 21酷帅高冷曾祥军，背号23号大前锋 Number 23勇士队 Jordan Smart 石伯恩。And now the starting five。下面介绍先发5人名单，背号24号后卫敢拼敢打破茧而出 DJ 简廷照，背号32号勇士队连霸主力中锋小夫塞瑟夫 ，Number 22 Igor Zaitsev。背号11号后卫3分冷箭，锋芒内敛 ，KJ 洪凯杰。
ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth, 新年快乐，龙颂吉祥 Happy Year of the Dragon from us at the Plus League to you tonight from Heping Gymnasium. It's the Formosa Dreamers against the Taipei Fubon Braves. The season series matches the Dreamers away trend this season, winning streak to start and now trying to snap a losing streak. Thanks to the Lioneers' win over the Kings last night, the Dreamers are now in first place thanks to a better winning percentage while tied in the games behind column. The Braves are one game ahead of the Lioneers, who just leapfrogged the Pilots last night as well. The Steelers are off until February 27th. See if they can rest up and perhaps figure out schematically how they can make their way up to the Plus League playoff picture for the first time in team history. If you're just joining us in the Plus League viewership, the Braves are three-time champions, but will be missing Michael Singletary for an extended period of time. On the Mandarin broadcast, it's Hu Zhiqi and Tian Hui. 球迷朋友们已经找到了英文转播，要看中文转播，就当然按照中文转播连接。谢谢你收看 Plus League 转播，请帮我们按赞。The theme for the Braves is Salanhei, or I Love You, and 4 Korean cheerleaders are also in tow.
比尔，今天东西很多这什么啊？再拍了，比尔认真一点，再拍了。跟大家说一下，我们今天手上拿好多东西哦。跟大家说，除了我们应援折扇之外，在我手中间这个是我们的暖暖包，要让你重手重新全身让比尔让你暖。再来，喜欢小酌的朋友有福了，我们勇士要请你喝我们的粗瓦调酒，而且我一杯你一杯，第2杯享有半价哦，这很重要哦。再来，应援必备好伙伴，我们利口乐的喉糖，比尔没声音怎么办？来一颗喉糖，利口乐草本喉糖，让你更大声的喊出。富邦勇士啊，比尔，你拿那么久，这是什么东西？还不给大家看一下？哦，这是比你好看的车用香氛夹，真的比你好看，给大家看一下，是不是比比尔本人还要帅的车用香氛夹？但是这些是今天的，换一个，这些是明天的。所以呢，错过今天的朋友没关系，明天还有机会哦，而且还有很多。今天邀请到4位韩国啦啦队一起来为勇士应援，错过今天的你，明天要来哦。欧巴上来哦，走了，继续逛下一个摊位，快点，我要去找我们啦啦队。
The Braves are wrapping up a 7-game homestand, 8 if you include the East Asia Super League game finale they played against Anyang KGC, which was their final last game before the break. And they have won 3 straight before Wang Liuxiang dagger by the Steelers, which was a defeat by just a point. Then the Braves turned around and defeated the Lioneers for their last Plus League game before the break. And home has been a warm and welcoming place for them. They've only scored below 100 points twice so far on the season. Got to look at the new import who perhaps will replace Michael Singletary, certainly from a production standpoint, Wayne Shelton Jr., but more on him later. In the pregame, we interviewed Brandon Gilbeck about this season series and matching up for the Braves in his 3rd season with the Dreamers and the rivalry they have between these two teams. He's seen his productivity go down quite a bit in this 3rd season for him in this head-to-head matchup. And it could be a factor of the change in import rules here in the 4th season.
Yeah, to bounce back. I mean, I think last weekend getting those 2 wins, it was a step in the right direction. And I think obviously today is a big one as well. Just got to stay focused, listen to the game plan, and good things will happen. Yeah, no, it's obviously Fubon is, I would say, and you ask most of the guys, they're one of our rivals, right? I mean, even before I get here, they battled them in the finals. And it seems like every year we meet up against Fubon. So obviously, you don't like to think about previous games, learn from them, but every game against Fubon, it's going to be a dogfight. So we just have to go into it and hopefully get the win.
The Dreamers are having one of those streaky seasons 10 wins, followed by 5 straight losses, including 3 games to the Braves. And then returning to Zhanghua the week before the Lunar New Year's break, the shorthanded Kings made it close in the second quarter, and that's where head coach Jamie Perlman laid into the team for the first time, or was heated at his club. Usually they say he's been very amicable, very gentlemanly, but it worked, and they took the game by 21 points. And then the day after, sweated out against the Pilots, comeback attempt. So the Dreamers won 2 straight to send their fans and their club off happy to the break. On the other side was assistant coach Aaron Wu Yonglun, asked about the team's outlook for the second half of the season. They are typically a very good second half team, the Braves are. So the joke is they don't get started until after the Lunar New Year's. And the second question is Wayne Sheldon Jr.'s possible role with the club coming up.
我觉得是专注吧，因为过去2年我们一直都是在比较战绩没有那么好的情况下来过年，所以在过年这个期间，大家都其实还是战战兢兢的，皮绷得很紧。 并没有像有一些可能有一些队伍，他们在过年前的他们战绩是比较宽裕的，他可以有一些调整的空间，所以他们可能在过年期间啊，心态会稍微有放松的一些情况。那今年是差不多的情况啊。那我们在过年，尤其是今年的过年的放假的天数又更短了。 那我相信，在整个过完年以后，因为放假时间天数也没有那么多，那在调整整个身体的状况下，或者是重新适应比赛的一个强度的状况下，我们可以更快进入状况，然后也是教练团一直在强调，就是希望球员可以在更专注，在心态上面可以更皮要绷得更紧这样子。对，当然是希望他可以。 因为麦克大家都知道，他也脚踝也动了手术嘛，那真的要在4月初的洋将大限回来，应该是不太可能了。那我们希望可以在 Wayne 这边可以像是麦克一样帮忙到我们的球队，可以整个取代麦克，不管是因为翻开整个霹雳的记录来看的话，大家应该都知道，麦克是不管是在得分，不管是在篮板，或者是3分球的命中数，他都是历史第1名啊。然后，而且他打的场次，然后他在我们整个球队的一个精神领袖的一个地位，其实都是一个蛮难取代的一个位置。当然，那我们期许 Wayne 他们可以做到，可以跟麦克一样，帮我们把球队扛起来这样子。
Aaron sharing that the focus on the Brave side will be the biggest thing for them. They didn't go into the break this season or last season with as good a record as other teams, so their camp has been quite tight mentally, but maybe not so many days off during the Lunar New Year break will help them get off to a faster start. And as for the selection of imports, he shared that Braves are not likely to get Singletary back before the April registration deadline, so hopefully Sheldon can provide what Michael Singletary can do from the small forward position, while still acknowledging Mike has many records in the Plus League in terms of individual accumulated stats, and even on this season, out for a whole week, Singletary still leads the Braves in total points by 17 over Chris Johnson. The 3 officials for tonight's game, Wang Lichang, Zhang Luyue, and Yang Shixie. And onto the starting lineup for the Dreamers. We'll trot out Brandon Gilbeck, Julian Boyd, Lin Junji, Kenny Chen, and Ryan Lu Guanliang. Igor Zaisev, Chris Johnson, Winston Taiwanton, the captain, next to KJ and TJ in the Braves starting backcourt. While I was translating, you saw the highlights from the quite physical matchup they had, as the interesting schedule makers had the Braves and Dreamers matchup on January 27th, and then a few days later on January 31st. Both games taken by the Braves.
再次掌声送给最支持勇士、最大方的台湾三星电子。
There's even a memo sent because of how physical and how exciting, shall we say, the basketball games were to encourage the teams and encourage the players to try to keep player safety in mind, their own and their opponents. The tip is up, and the Dreamers, wearing their forest green Seatown jersey, will be attacking the basket to your left. The Braves in their white jersey. The home team will be attacking the basket on your right. Boyd getting the start, finding a little bit of a room. Out to Achi as we're under 4 seconds. Kenny Chen with a little lane, putting it on glass for a miss, though. Boyd has played in every single Braves matchup so far in the season, but he's also undergone through some foul trouble, just like Gilbeck in the last couple games here at Hoping. Zaitsev trying to shake, get to the other side, and it looks like a blocked shot. Trying to get out of the way of Brandon Gilbeck's shot blocking prowess. He leads the league with 2.5 per game. A quick baseline out of bounds, in and out for Zaitsev. Taiwan's trying to guard Fubon down. He's called for the trip up, though he kind of got in a bad position. So deep in the Braves defensive area and defensive paint. TJ trying to bring the ball against Kenny Chen. Well, there you see Achi, number 11, trying to chase KJ, number 11, as the first score of the game by Jianting Zhao. He's kind of taken over as the starting point guard for Zhang Zhongxie, the inaugural season MVP. Ball gets away, and it looks like it'll roll out of bounds as TJ couldn't secure it. Stay with the Dreamers with 11 seconds left on the shot clock. So in that previous matchup, KJ, if you recall from the highlights, was the player hit in the face, elbowed in the face. He only played 8 minutes of that game on a Wednesday. Now Kenny with a chance to drive to Luke Wan now. He's got an easy runner. Kind of odd spot to see Luke Wan open there. But there he was as Hong Kai-jie can't follow up his teammate's three. Achi for the Boyd screen. Big skip pass to Kenny, who's probing again in the lane, and there's a block by Zaitsev. Or the other way, Taiwan's putting it over Gilbeck, but forces to a miss as Johnson keeps it alive. A little bit of a mix-up as Zaitsev throws it out of bounds. Hard to get on the same page with Winston there with Gilbeck's long arms, both contending the shot and perhaps getting in the way of the pass. Taiwan started the season a combined minus 36 in the first 8 games of his season in 2023. But as he got a few weeks off from 7 to 10 of the Plus League schedule, he's actually been plus 45. A little drive and kick action as Johnson takes a fadeaway. That's missed as Taiwanson had the better positioning. Rifling it to Johnson, and that is an and one. As he jumped back into play, Gilbeck just a beat too late. Good enough pass, and here you see hands to the chest and maybe a hip bump. In any case, Johnson's got his chance for a three-point play. With Singletary, I guess I should say, if you include Michael Singletary, who with his ankle injury and fracture, perhaps not coming back for the season. Johnson's the leading Braves scorer as Looks like KJ got a block on Hachi there. Braves trying to push the pace, but kind of had the ball stuck in that corner. Big skip pass to Winston. Over to Zaitsev as they start running a little bit of offense. Tricky pass as Chris Johnson goes reverse there. 2 hands over Gilbeck. Wasn't a pretty play, but it turned out to be a fun trick play, and the Braves lead things 8-2. A little bit out of position. Kenny to Boyd. Out to Achi. Down to Gilbeck. They finally match up with him, but in deep positioning, they have to pay for it with a foul. So good patient offense there by the Dreamers. Good answer for this over the head, kind of throwing back for Johnson. That time could not get a deflection on the pass, and Johnson and Gilbeck having a light-hearted word, I'm assuming. That was halfway down, but out for Brandon Gilbeck. Coming into tonight's game, 53% from the free throw line. Of course, is among the league leaders in free throw attempts in total. So the Dreamers come away with nothing on that possession. Down to Zaitsev, going to the right hook, but that one swirls out. Zaitsev with a couple of close misses. Down to Gilbeck, he shoves it to Boyd. There's a whistle. Could get the ball in, but chance for Julian Boyd to help the Dreamers cut down this lead. There's Julian Boyd's scoring percentages, 17 points per game on about 45% from the field. Critically right now at the line as he swishes the first. About a 73% free throw shooter. Only goes 1 for 2 as the Braves push it ahead. Kind of a dump pass as Winston was a little bit too casual with it. The Braves keep it alive, but ends up in a turnover anyways. Ryan slicing through, a clutching layup was missed. And that pass is also to a Dreamer. So the Braves right now playing quite careless as Aji fires away, and that one's good. First shot that Aji puts on the rim as he was blocked. That does count in the box score as a shot attempt. Good sign for the Dreamers. Winston getting the ball screen, trying to float it back for Johnson, who was blocked out by Boyd. And now numbers for the Dreamers as Kenny kind of got too deep. Try to avoid that first shot blocker, and again, the Dreamers come away empty, but right now the Braves can't be happy with their ball security here at home. Our first break of the evening, be back after this.
来，比尔，你在干嘛？上班不上班？还拿着我们神送最新的 S24 Ultra 要跟浩琛视讯哦。比尔，你这样太过分了，不要影响浩琛，让他专心应援好吗？来，比尔出个考题，来让我们今天的来宾一起体验一下 Copycat， 跟着比尔做出一样的动作。来，杰米教一下，跟着比尔一起。 跟着比尔做一样的动作，很好。哎，来喽，美女，跟着比尔做出一样的动作，跟着比尔，很好，很好。好，下一位美女，来喽，比尔。哦，这是什么？拳击赛是不是？你平常有在练拳击哦？哦，不错，这个拳法。
The mascot for the Taipei Fubon Braves is Bill there. trying to figure out a pose to interact with the fan, even though we can't see him. Saturday, February 17th of 2024 is a work makeup day here in Taiwan. And the Braves play a back-to-back tomorrow against the Lioneers. So that's part of the consideration why this game is a 5 p.m. tip instead of a 7 p.m. as typical on a weeknight in the Plus League. So far, the score of the basketball game is Braves 8, Dreamers 6. As out of the first timeout, Devin Marble is shadowing Steve Zhangwenping. There you see the third import for the Braves available in the patent. Substitutions too for the Dreamers to also bring number 88 Zobota in there. As we had a couple of Braves turn around, though there was a foul on the perimeter. There you see Devin Marble. Still trying to figure out the play style of the Plus League. Still trying to work into the system of his teammates. But it was pretty intentional that the Dreamers wanted a quote-unquote small import. Missed shot, I think that was Randall Walker, who's fresh in the game, the best three-point shooter this season for the Dreamers, as trying to put in some early work. Zaitsev will get the foul. Trying to body him up was Jerry Zobota. Who's at about a 15-centimeter disadvantage. Taiwan on the down screen. He'll try a deep two. That one rattles in. So Boyd and Marble are the two imports for the Dreamers, as Boyd attacks on the dribble, put it on target, and maybe got the tap in, but in any case, 2 points for Julian Boyd, the Texas native. Down low, Patton will put up a hook shot for a miss. Comes in to hack for a foul on the rebound. Still trying to get his legs under him in the Plus League season. Only averaging about 24 minutes played and only scoring about 8.6 points. But he does grab 7 rebounds per game. So in that sense, rather efficient. Trying to run a down screen for Walko, but Taiwan sticks with him. Now to the other side, Aji had one in the air. Now an errant pass. Now a little 2-on-1, but TJ didn't collect it. Will avoid a catastrophic trip there on the baseline. Looks like movement on the Braves bench, as you see Taiwanson maybe an inch or two out of the reach. But in another sense, perhaps Gentizal could have kept up his velocity and tried to go for a reverse. It's all just speculation. Turnover for the Braves. You want to follow along with the game as fresh in the game Beast commits a foul. PLeagueofficial.com/game/479 if you want to follow along just like me as to the box scores. Already 5 turnovers for the Braves. I venture to say almost all of those are on the pass. Walko at the line as the Dreamers will be in the bonus for the rest of 5:06. Here's Randy's points per game, 10.5, but they left out his free throw percentage, which is the best on the Dreamers. Sitting at 81% for the season. UCLA cut for Stevo, who leaves it a little short, and a scramble for the possession. he'll stay with the Braves. Zaitsev with the Braves ever since the very first season in the Plus League. Long time ago, Zhang Wenping was actually a member of the Braves, but in the SBL as jumping the pass, finally coming back is Chen Zhenjie. He's out for several weeks with an injury as Steve-O jumped the pass, but will take it out of bounds, though trying to contend it. Went off a dreamer. Definitely a lot of confusion in that one. Clearly the number 11 official, Richard, ran down court the other way. You see Steve-O had a hand on it, and you can see Boyd reaching for it. Looks like they won't go to Wander, and either side will challenge. It's Dreamers basketball on the baseline. Now, no turnovers yet, but ball security seems to be a problem for the Dreamers in this possession. Plus League fans are not so familiar with Justin Patton from Omaha, Nebraska. Bobbled, faking, then giving up to Boyd as he will trip over the rebound, and not a souvenir like in baseball, but a chance for some fans to get a touch of the molten basketball we use here in the Plus League. See Gilbeck checking into the game. In the Plus League now, you can register 5 import players until the registration deadline when that number reduces to 4. You can have 3 on the active roster every game, and 2 can be on the floor. As through pass as Patton, good contest by Gilbeck to force a miss, and now here come the Dreamers trying to take the lead now. Jay Chen on the switch will fire from deep. He got it. Nice way to introduce yourself, reintroduce yourself. Jay Chen, a guard with the Dreamers since their inaugural year, out of Taipei, his birthplace. Spent time in stateside. Download a beast with a turnaround jumper, and that was easy. Getting a couple points back. 42-year-old Lin Zijie, still one of the leaders on the Braves team in terms of scoring, in terms of minutes played. Easy fake, and Patton holding on there, kind of lucky to just get away with a common foul. Just a little too much height for Jay Chen to put up enough of a contest. Chris Johnson in for Zaitsev. Understandably, need to give him a spell for rest, but right now, the Braves have to be concerned with the play of Justin Patton. Missed a contested layup, to be fair, but has been out of position a number of times on defense. So that'll make it a 3-point lead once again. Zijie wants to get it back. He clanks it. Devin Marble was applying some pressure. On the right side, Walco's got the switch. Chris Johnson, you see in the bright yellow sneakers. So driving kick, Jay Chen open, and there's a whistle. They say an illegal screen. I want to take another look at that one. You see Gilbeck twist his body. Don't need to do that. So Gilbeck will head toward the bench after a pretty quick stint. On my count, he should have 2 personal fouls now, not what the Dreamers want. Steve-O, he's got an open catch and shoot, a little strong as numbers good positioning for the Braves, and there's a whistle, though Boyd ended up on the hardwood. Thankfully, nothing too rough, too violent, but plenty of bodies have gone to the floor under some funny circumstances. There you see, I think the referee assessing that there was some funky trip. Now Boyd didn't see it, his back was turned to the collision, and that's why he reacted the way he did. Now that's understandable. So after starting with a 8-2 run, the Braves have now gone quite cold. Looks like the towel boy, the mop boy, also wearing some kind of Korean-themed hat. So they take it out of the baseline as Johnson screens from Marple. A quick double and retreat. Back past the Patton. Looks higher three and airballs it. He was only 1 for 10 coming into tonight's game. Beyond the arc as Chen hounded again, but he'll get it back. Just about 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Braves let this lead slip by as the Dreamers had a decent look with Jay, that high floating layup. Go the other way, driving kick. Lighting will get a chance. It's true. Number 0, Lighting getting on the board. Roger loves to bring this little point guard off the bench. Now Marble, good footwork, put it up and in. Getting around Johnson and over Patton. Again, they kind of double beast to slow him up as finally he drives and there's a whistle. I don't know if it's a foul or the ball was hit out of bounds. I think they do call a foul, and if it's on Boyd, that's also a little concerning. He's had foul troubles in the last 2 times these two teams matched up. It's only his first personal. Well, pretty clearly the Dreamers want to put Marble as the primary defender on Tsuchiya. There's Lin Tsuchiya, 9.6 points per game. Seems like we had somebody come in early.
No, he's in the spot. He's in the wrong spot. He wasn't in the spot. Check it. No, but look, he's not in my spot. He's in my spot.
Interesting logistical situation here. As Boyd and Zaitsev were in the wrong position, and he tried to get back in position. Even if Boyd is correct, you kind of need the free throw to go in and for it to be a dead ball situation. If the free throw is missed, it's an easy call to give him a second opportunity, and Tsuchiya sinks it. With a minute left, looks like they're gonna bring on Aji for some offense. Had an impressive final game against the Braves, Aji did. 27 points in that contest, including 5 made threes. Of course, a lot of people, including himself, focused on the 3 turnovers he had in the 4th quarter. Double team on Boyd as Marble will give it a chance and crashed into by the defender. I think that's Honkai-je, who is doing Honkai-je things by kind of somersault into him. The Braves trying to put up an argument, but I think that's a losing one for them. So The MC has informed us 3 free throws coming up for Marble. There you see his line. Not had the best of starts with his new club, but still plenty of season left. Went to Iowa for university. To list off his shooting splits, 39% from 2, 26% from 3. A couple of free throws made will help out a little bit. Only 12 for 21 from the line before tonight. So one thing Coach Perlman mentioned is how physical the Plus League game is. So when it's very physical, you're probably going to be thrown off your spot or not going to get as open as you want to, as KJ tries to fade away. It's short. There's virtually no difference. Shot clock with the game clock. Marble has got the switch on Zaisev as Boyd feigns the screen, now backs off. He's got a lane out to Kenny Chen. 5 seconds left as he tries to put on a dribble move. Clutches, puts it up for a miss. Still a chance as Boyd's last second heave is not even going to get there. But a rather low scoring first quarter from what we come to expect of Huping Gymnasia. It's the Dreamers up by 2 against the Braves.
掌声送给富邦 Angels， 也要邀请大家继续跟着 Angels 来为勇士加油，一起朝同一个目标来 fight for it。
Welcome back to the broadcast. Please like the stream because Plus League basketball is back. After we said goodbye to the Year of the Rabbit, now we are in the Year of the Dragon. For those of you who don't know, the Chinese, or the Chinese, no, it is the Chinese zodiac. What am I thinking? It goes by 12 different animals, one for each year, going by the lunar calendar, so the cycle of the moon. Braves took an early lead in this game, but the Dreamers have jumped back on top. They got Chen back from a pretty serious ankle injury, but in this particular game, their backup point guard, Wu Jiajun, is out. Kenny Chen called for a hold. Flare screen as KJ goes with a reverse, a miss as Johnson hit the way up or down for that rebound attempt against getting some playing time. It's manimal Lin Yaozong. He has seen very little playing time after the trade over to the Dreamers 2 off seasons ago. Johnson at the line. Dreamers scored 7 out of their 19 points from the line in the first quarter. The Braves, so far, a perfect 5 for 5 with no surprise. Beast and Johnson taking all those attempts. More on that later. Marble clutching, putting it up and in. That time using speed and maybe a little help from his teammates to get that crease. KJ staying in bounds with a little miracle scoop. I think that was his stronger left hand. This side, he's tasked with guarding Marble as Boyd lets him fly. Now, Iyer Zaitsev will give his attempt at a Taiwan kind of layup. Denied as a nice 1-2 punch results in a Chris Johnson block shot, though. Alley-oop to the rim as Johnson couldn't put it through, and Lin Yaozong called for the foul. He was trailing CJ there. Chris Johnson's one of the better leapers, and with his long limbs, you would think he could finish that play. Get another look at what would have been a good look, but again, Chris Johnson's in the middle, and he didn't really bite that hard. There you see the miss, but not quite in frame was Lin Yaozong coming up behind. So in American football, there's a term called defenseless, where a player is not paying attention to, an offensive player is not paying attention to the field and where he could be tackled, which makes the tackle pretty dangerous. In basketball, a similar concept is applied to offensive players in the air. Marble easily blows by KJ, and that one's good. And another layup, and this time counted with a foul too. And understandably, Coach Roger not happy with his defense. He'll bring on a little bit sturdier, a little bit more experienced Zhou Gui or Josh. Marble through the nylons. So far on the game, already 9 points, which now leads the field. Johnson has 8 as changing up local bigs. It looks like it's Jerry who was called for the holding. Got a hand on it, but there you see Chris Johnson fall, and it didn't look like a embellishment. From the left corner, long possession. Has he got one out of position and still stopped at the rim? Cross matchup, Marble to Ryan. The right corner, deadly. That'll extend the Dreamers' lead to 5. Braves kind of running their horn set that they love so much. TJ finding a crease, rejected by Boyd, and here come the Dreamers once again. Aji to Marble, and Zhou Gui not on point, committing an early foul here. Right now, the Dreamers have the Braves on the defensive. And finally, we have a team timeout called. We only had the TV timeout in the first quarter. So take a break. The action will be back after this. Chris Johnson's season so far in some splits against various opponents. The top line is the Steelers, the second row that is the Dreamers, and the bottom row is the Lioneers, averaging 22 points per game against the Dreamers on 6.8 three-point attempts, which is the most in all the head-to-heads. It's the point the graphics department at Momo Television are trying to prove, that kind of the inside presence of Gilbeck, of Boyd, or Chris McCullough kind of pushing CJ out, and he is a capable three-point shooter. Both teams are being given a warning for conduct. Marble flipping it out of bounds as he's not on the same page with Aji. Croman pointing out how Aji needs to sink deeper when the dribbler is heading that way. Zokoye, quick look and a quick make. So a turnover and a made three, pulling this game within 2. Boyd trying to play bully ball, put it on rim as a ricocheted rebound gets to Beast's hands. Ball's tipped, and good hustle by Boyd. Has a nice flip to Ryan, but out of position. He's got teammates. A flip and a two-handed jam from Devin Marble. And I'm thinking he might just lay it in, but good hops. At least the other way will leave it short. Didn't look like the cleanest contest from Luke Guanyang, but no foul called. So there you see number 6, former Dreamer, Woo Sun will check in the game, or Jeff Wu. He and Jay Chen were at Modesto Christian stateside before splitting up for their collegiate basketball career. Jeff Wu went to Sacramento State, and Jay Chen went to Grandview University. Kind of a wave of Taiwanese ball players as Marble almost got all the way to the rim again. TJ's in to run point for the Braves, in with his high school teammate, number 8, Zokoye. Zaysev opened up from the right corner, left it way short. He put some extra hop into that shot. There's a 3-point split. 3 makes for each, but way more attempts for the Braves as Boyd misses a wide open bank shot. See Patton coming in for Zaysev. Been a while since we've seen Gilbeck, his first stint in the second quarter. I wonder if the other towel boy is dressed up so decoratively. TJ, very deep three, and actually overshot it. One and done offensive possession, but not a whole lot of touches. Double comes tipped out by Zhou Guiyu. Flipping it up and in. And a bonus free throw coming up too. TJ went a crossover and then felt that contact and threw it up. Sometimes that's could be a risky decision, as you can feel the contact, but if the whistle doesn't come, that wild miss, if it could be a wild miss, often ends up in fast breaks for the other team. But indeed a whistle for the foul, and ball goes through the net. So a chance to pull within 1 point for the Braves. So far, the second quarter has been 10-10. And a miss by Jianting Zhao. Impressive, because Jianting Zhao used his left hand, his offhand, with that kind of blue ball hook shot. Definitely trying to stay in front of Gilbeck. Successful so far. Marble from the other side rattles it in. Devin Marble having the best offensive game of his Plus League career. First made 3, bringing him up to 14 points as foul on the floor. Jerry was complimented by Coach Perlman for playing the defensive scheme in their final weekend in Zhanghua before the break, but right now he and Manimal are having trouble against the Braves imports. Three personal fouls for Jerry. I don't think Perlman needs to manage that so closely. Patton, one point on a free throw and leaving that one short. He did airball a three-pointer quite badly early in the game. He was quite open. Didn't have the form, didn't have the legs. But plenty of ball game to get back into it as Walko from the elbow. A common spot for him to attack, but got to score from any range when the opportunity is presented. They're looking for Johnson, who tips it for himself, almost falling out of bounds. Stoker with 8 seconds left, gave it a good attempt. A double screen as Marble making one and another, a perfect swish shot from the top. That's the Braves calling their second timeout of the half. Let's see what they communicate on their bench. Finding themselves down by 7. No microphone on Coach Xu Jingze. Perhaps you can only hear the echoes. One thing that's definitely played out so far in the game is the Dreamers' defense has been quite stingy. Of course, the Braves had those early turnover problems in the first quarter. And shooting from the field, so far they are 9 makes and 31 misses. So in the low 30s, if not the high 20s percentage-wise. This is their home court, but they're really not shooting like it. Oh, a highlight package for Devin Marble on the quarter, 13 points. On a very, very efficient shooting. And 2 made 3-pointers is certainly going to help your scoring number go up quickly. There's a tough one on the side stepper, and then just a simple double screen. He dribbles kind of right in between to find some space. Before today's game, Marble's individual scoring high on the season was 23 points against the Braves on January 27th. Dyson will try to answer, and he bottoms the three himself. Finished that point. Marble was 10 for 22, so that's pretty decent shooting splits as well. Whistle on the outside. The Braves do have 2 fouls to give. Winston will check back into the game. So far in his season, it's been a much better substitute. Now the Braves showing a zone. Gary dribbling right, now passing back left as Winston's trying to keep Gilbeck out. Randall Walco from the parking lot. He drills it. As mentioned, Randall Walco is the best percentage three-point shooter for the Dreamers, and oftentimes you kind of feel like he has the best form too. DJ hit from the side as he was starting his drive. That'll result in a couple free throws. Second personal for Marble there on the score bug pop-up. Aji will check in with Boyd. So perhaps the Dreamers in close to what could be a closing lineup for them. Jantine's already with 6 points on his evening. Perhaps has the shot of the game with that big lefty hook. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. The MC informing us that both teams have substitutions coming up. There's Doug Creighton at the top of your screen as Gilbeck fouled. That attempt spoiled by Tai Wintut. Seems like the Braves were not on the same page in terms of that defensive assignment. Another miss for Gilbeck. Gilbeck's so far have not attempted a field goal and is 0 for 3 from the line. He does have 3 rebounds. That time he drops it in. Looks like the Dreamers will be sinking into a zone look. Dysef screening, TJ a little driving kick as Winston to KJ, but a pump fake to get in trouble. And now a 3-second call against Patton. Perhaps Justin could have been helped out with a shot attempt from the corner by KJ, negating that 3-second count as looks like they're going to give a offensive foul. Brandon Gilbeck screening Patton, but I'm not 100% sold on the contact there. Let's take another look. Really screened it from behind, and there's not no contact. Third personal on Gilbeck. Now TJ over to Zaitsev, who pushes it in with the right hand. Besides Chen, probably the most famous hook shot by Zaitsev in the league, as looks like they were holding Gilbeck there, trying to block out for position. There you see that hook with the left arm, part of the foul. More free throws for the Dreamers, as certainly lost a lot of flow for both teams on the offensive end. Make it 2 for 2 as Chris Johnson pulls down the rebound. Big skip pass over to KJ. He'll let it go, and Boyd will come down with the board, although eventually a foul is recognized. I thought I heard a whistle on that attempt. I'd like to get another look at that one. The contact appeared to disappear on our camera. And there indeed, Walko to the face, and if he just hit the arm, perhaps the referee could let that go. So the crew chief was all over it. Again, the referees are doing their best to assess the contact on the floor. It's the players who are contacting each other. Couple of makes brings the margin back to 3 points, as Chen Boyan will check in for the first time, or goes by Phil. We're seeing more play time with the Braves this season, and especially this homestand too. Marble's got the switch on the Johnson. A lot of room, and 3 for 3 is Devin Marble. So yesterday it was Fibra who's had the hot hand, while Devin Marble is going to work here. TJ with good courage to keep driving through, but the Braves will have to try it again as Taiwan Chen gives him another chance. Holding foul as Jerry trying to stay with Zaitsev there. So far on the game, the Dreamers have attempted 16 free throws to the Braves 14 free throws. See Zaitsev with that wrap around his left elbow. He's dealt with a lot of cuts and scrapes to that elbow. That has taken him out of some of the ball games, of course, temporarily. So with 3 minutes left, Coach Perlman had his timeouts in his pocket, and he will utilize one of them here.
Hey, try not to foul right now. They're getting a lot of free throws right now.
Regular tries.
正常 drag 哦。
Kentucky will be in the trial.
高也会拖出。
Kentucky setting it.
JB 来挡 Devin 带。
RG. Hey, okay, hard roll. Okay, they're gonna switch stuff. Look at this, just this flare screen.
会说是非常一定，
Go in for the punt.
或者是这边抽有机会。
Actually, let's go up RG this side.
这边。
So as the two teams get back on the floor, let's see Brendan Gilbeck's splits. The center column is his scoring, rebounds, block shots, and fouls against the Braves. And on the right side column, that's his splits against all the other teams. In the last 2 games, 5 personal fouls, which is definitely taking away from some of his playing time. And with the new import rules, as I mentioned, Gilbeck has not been as aggressive in terms of trying to score the basketball. Some CPBL players sitting courtside, taking in the game. Walko driving on Zaitsev, going to the left hand and leaving it short, but they had a chance on a rebound, but it'll be Braves basketball, so a stop. Now man-to-man defense. They're gonna go Johnson. Double team, pass gets away. It's Boyd with 1 man to beat. Chen will take a hard stumble past the towel boy and the seats on that side. Actually having a little visit with JB Caldwell. Looks like somebody needs to patch something up there. As you see the scramble for the ball. Good hustle by Chen Fen, and not a light collision there. It looks like it's our towel girl, and she's going to be hanging in there. It looks like Chen Fen was the one who has to deal with a cut. The referees will be going to the monitor. As you saw on the play, of course, Chen Fen reached down to get the ball out of Boyd's hands, but it also appeared like, I don't know if it was, you certainly hope it was inadvertent, that Boyd also made contact with Phil there in the back. Got to get the hat all sorted, the towel back in hand. But our towel girl is okay to go for the rest of the game. Not impossible that there's an unsportsmanlike. It seems like it will just be a common foul against Chen Fen. 2 free throws for Boyd. So far in his game, 3 points on only 1 of 7 shooting. He's had his open looks. Also has 4 rebounds and 3 steals, 2 block shots. Just one of those kind of games. So Randall Walko trying to press up against Johnson. think that was Steve-O with a three-point attempt as Winston comes away with another offensive rebound, putting it on target, and a foul from behind as Johnson was trying to jump into the play there. Indeed, Randall Walko had the spot and Chris Johnson ran through him. Walko's evening, 5 points, 3 rebounds. That one dances out. Randy came to Taiwan in 2020 as a rookie out of the College of New Jersey. Was working an insurance sales job, but this opportunity with the Dreamers came up. Brendan Smart will come in for Chris Johnson, who could use this break. Some Dreamers pressure as Steve-O comes up to help out. Boyd jumped the pass as he was assigned to Zaitsev. Archie will check out of the game. Don't expect this in the end of the game in the fourth quarter. Boyd jumping the pass, and looks like he'll have it all for himself. A little two-handed jam to get the lead up to 10 points for the Dreamers. Winston with his favorite free throw area cut, and TJ the beneficiary of an assist. Over on the other side though, Jin Ho joining the scoring party with a tray. Smart will try a tough turnaround and made it look easy. Bounce ball off of a Dreamer, and Doug good to save it for a backcourt violation. Marble dribbling it off his own back, and we got a 3-on-1. Smart faking and blocked by Doug. That's got to be a little bit of a learning lesson for Brandon Smart there. Boyd in a forest of Braves defenders will get the foul out of it, and right now, this first half, after that initial run by the Braves, has been all Dreamers. There you see, might have done fine going with a second pump fake or trying to shoot with two hands. On the other side, the Dreamers do good enough to find Boyd down low. Like Boyd changed his shooting form there with a kind of a quick fire. Quick flick of the wrist. Boyd was a member of the Dreamers the second season of the Plus League, was on the floor for the double overtime game right here against the Braves. They'll stretch the lead back up to 10 points. Kenny jumps the pass and will eventually fall out of bounds. Good acrobat work from Kenny there to avoid maybe a disastrous spill there by the scorer's table. Low on time, TJ to Josh. Good to put it on the rim. Zaitsev 1, 2, and no finish of a score for the Braves as they'll head into the locker rooms. down by double digits in both teams' first game back from the Lunar New Year's break. It's time for me to take a break before our halftime analysis.
来宾赶快来集合！来，第一位我们可以获得由我们神众所提供的 Galaxy Buds 2 Pro 蓝牙耳机。秀秀子帮我们来抽一个，比尔来不及了，我们请秀秀子来抽。来，好，就是你了。得奖连5541，恭喜你有新的耳机喽！赶快来两边集合，再来，我们要来抽第二位，可以获得一样是神送要来送给大家的 Galaxy Watch 6蓝牙智慧手表，最懂你的智慧手表。来，明真帮我们抽一个，嘿嘿，是谁呢？得奖连2451，赶快来！好，第三位又是不一样的奖项哦，可以获得我们神送推出最新的手机 Galaxy S24。来，手机得主会是谁？好，抽出来了，0192，恭喜0192可以获得新手机了。再来什么？比尔，你是不是有接到电话？我们今天要来加码了，先给我们神送掌声鼓励一下好吗？谢谢我们的总经理要来加码，加什么呢？我们再抽一个换手表了，好不好？送给大家新的智慧手表。来，安娜自己抽一个。好，6727加码的蓝牙智慧手表，什么又要加码？各位在 cosine 席的朋友，今天都有看到我们的加码了，对不对？我们外国的朋友来，我们总是会带点伴手礼。台湾人要招待我们外国的朋友，唯一首选唐村要来加码了。比尔，加码交给你2位哦，可以获得由唐村所提供点睛闪耀分享双喜包，我们法式牛轧糖，带点伴手礼回家啦。第一位0239，第二位。1387，恭喜以上6位幸运的得主，赶快带着你的得奖联一起来领奖哦。好，待会我们就要来领奖，谢谢我们4位。好，接下来这是一组，对不对
Welcome back inside Heping Gymnasium, where we are at halftime in this matchup between the Formosa Dreamers and Taipei Fubon Braves. Xiaohu Hu Jingqi and Mark Tianokui on the Mandarin broadcast. I'm Ryan Chen, taking care of you guys on the English call. And so far on the game, we've had an excellent first half from Devin Marble to really highlight everything. He's already had 20 points in the first half and helping the Dreamers to this 10-point lead. From top to bottom, we have points, we have field goal shooting, 3-point shooting, rebounds, assists, and turnovers. Now the Braves, despite having an advantage on the boards, have committed more turnovers, and that's really taken out of their rhythm. They had that 6 in the first quarter, and it's kind of cleaned up in the second quarter, but you kind of feeling like their passing has been off point. They're really not on the same page. And they rotated 13 players in the second quarter. You can imagine it's kind of hard to find rhythm with some guys getting just a minute and a half. But Coach Roger is trying to coach really hard in this game, you could say. Meanwhile, on the other side, the offense for the Dreamers, Devin Marble's dribble drive is finally resulting in some layups and creations there. And with that, the 3-point shot has also come for him. He's so far been 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. Now, naturally, these two teams have had a history of a lot of physicality, so there's been a lot of foul calls so far in the game to protect the players and hopefully kind of calm things down. And on the game so far, the Braves have shot for a better free throw percentage, 9 for 13, but of course have taken less attempts as the Dreamers have kind of forced the issues, and you can kind of feel the Braves have committed some frustration fouls out there on the floor. They are 14 for 22. An interesting story that both teams' centers, or one of the centers, you can say for both teams, Brandon Gilbeck not had a field goal attempt at all, and he's only 2 for 6 from the line. Here you see perhaps the most serious collision out there, which was found with the towel girl on the Dreamers baseline. But on the Brave side, Justin Patton has not attempted a field goal attempt. Only 1 for 2 from the free throw line, but he also has no rebounds out there and has kind of looked lost in the Braves zone defense. And that is an important changeup that Coach Roger of the Braves likes to call. And if he can't get that, the Dreamers will have their way. There's the leading scorers for the Dreamers. Marble, we mentioned 20 points. Julian Boyd, 8 points, including a highlight dunk in transition. Randall Walker with 6. Brian Lukua now getting the start with 5. And the G rounding things out. Over on the Brave side, they're led by second-year point guard TJ Gentita with 9, Chris Johnson with 8, and Ira Zaisev with 6. As we'll be going to break, more message from the Braves marketing side with Travis and Bill and perhaps other guests.
那这边也给我们的一车掌声鼓励，看起来是没救了。对，待会第3组要注意安全哦。第3组这一台要注意安全。来，攻守交换。好，我们先把一车带过去，把握时间。哇，然后第3回合请就位。第3回合，第1棒、第2棒，来。好，第2棒。来，另外一组，好，来就位哦。那第2棒也帮我就位。好，我们要加紧速度哦，球员要出来练球了。好，先穿着，然后扛着一车。好，要注意安全哦，帅哥你要注意安全哦。对，要小心哦。哦，来，帮他组好。你就整个扛着过去就对了，要注意安全，不要被绊倒。OK 了吗？穿好了，来，听到 Go 再出发，听音乐。1, 2, ready, go! Go, go, go! 哎，衣服掉了，衣服很重要，你要给你伙伴穿的。加油，加油！这组比较绅士一点，用走的，安全第一。好，来，赶快穿上去，然后挂着衣架。加油加油！好，小心哦，小心小心，有点幽默。哎，你的衣架还没挂，赶快帮忙他挂衣架。恭喜完成！好，我们也运动加精神。谢谢，辛苦了。来，谢谢你们。也跟大家说一下，获胜的那一组。 可以获得由初瓦所提供的双人套餐兑换券，而参加奖也有我们初瓦所提供的不吃不吃鱼软蒸蛋兑换券。来，我们一起来中间，来比尔。 欧巴沙拉黑哦，这样可以吗？欧巴，在拍了是不是？听我们这样讲，你一定不满意。先为各位介绍我们本周大来宾，往后退，嘿嘿。首先点名，南安敏真，赵圈秋，李生润，林能贝，嘿嘿，看到他们手中的扭蛋，就是我们本周新商品哦。只要记得扭蛋，明天就可以一起来跟他们互动拍照会。要有扭蛋才有资格哦，所以赶快去试你们的手气。今天你错过我们的见面会没关系，明天要记得来哦。而且明天还有5位欧巴。有5位欧巴勇士，不是你，是5位欧巴在赛后要跟大家一起见面签名哦。所以我们的勇士伙伴们记得要来。那么呢，除了这个，你拿着什么东西啊？我口袋也有东西，跟大家介绍一下哦，是我们富邦 Angels 大家所期待的女孩卡，终于正式要来贩卖啦，就从明天开始。那你手中这个是卡册，因为有好的卡。就要让卡片有一个家，就像我们要让每个女孩都有我们共组一个家，就是这样的道理。所以呢，要怎么获得我们的卡册呢？记得到商店来选购。然后要怎么获得？买卡包，买几包去问老板。重点是加价购。讲那么多，你们还在等什么？有人问？爸，发了没有？等你来哦。总经理，谢谢。接下来我们要颁发我们唐春的得主，我们加码的点金闪耀分享双喜包，来比尔，由你来招待给大家。你也可以拿着Samsung最新的 S24 Ultra 手机来跟我们粉丝一起合照。好，看前面哦，有唐春所提供的法式沙糖。好，谢谢，恭喜你们！这是我们外国朋友来最喜欢的伴手礼之一，唐春的法式牛轧糖，谢谢你们。
Progress is an all-wheel drive that insists on weather instead of resisting it. Raising the bar for driving dynamics. Engineering skills that turn knowledge into power. And acceleration enabling you to overtake your expectations. That's progress you can feel.
Samsung Galaxy S24旗舰系列，看我的 AI 手机，远距夜拍都拍得到，多余的路人都删掉，一出手就搞定。Galaxy S24系列全新上市。
沙威龙抗菌保湿沐浴乳有温和亲肤的独家抗菌配方，还有多硅级保湿精华和氨基酸，陪你尽享生活每一刻。沙威龙抗菌保湿沐浴乳，还有精微控油，升级新上市，让男人更有型。
목이 간지러운데 사람 많은 엘리베이터를 탔을 때 리콜라 스위스 알프스 허브가 이 안에 그럴 땐 숨 쉬세요.
We are moments away from the start of the second half. And so far through 56 games of the Plus League, I've just looked it up, a team to overcome a 10-point deficit or more in the second half just belongs to one team, the Lioneers against the Braves back on January 20th. That was the 77-22 final score, which just reading that makes me kind of ache and hurt. But the Braves have 24 minutes to get back into the game, and the Dreamers have certainly played very well, so it will be very much an uphill battle. One an interesting stat on the game, the Dreamers are shooting 8 for 12 from 3 so far. A very impressive number, led by Marbles 3 for 4. But 4 locals, funny enough, have shot 1 for 1. That's Chen, returning from injury, number 0. That's number 28, Lu Guanliang. That's Aji, who's only attempted 2 shot attempts. So far, only played 14 minutes. Probably saving him for the second half. And Jin Ho, who's 1 for 1. Meanwhile, on the Brave side, just trying to find somebody who can, or find a combination perhaps that will play defense better. And they actually have Lai Ting'en in there to start along with Lin Zijie. So a change in the starting backcourt for the Braves. Boy trying to go with power, and eventual 3 seconds called. I don't know what's going on there. Just the Braves covered up on every first option, and so 3 seconds it resulted. Happens to the Braves on that end of the floor too. On the Dreamer side, the same starting 5 for them. Winston dribbling it off the foot, then between the legs of Zaisev. And, well, if he would have made that hook shot, that would have been a shot of the week, play of the week candidate. Ryan trapped in that corner, and now they try to shift to recover. Aji attacking on the catch with a little crease, leaving the floater short, though pretty good move. You saw him kind of body bump Lai Ting'en on his way past. There's a whistle, and kind of curious, I wasn't even looking at the action going on. There you see Zaisev is actually called for the foul. He initiated the contact for sure. So a quick turnover for the Braves. Aji again getting in the middle of the paint, but nice anticipation by Beast. Forcing Kenny to take a tough layup, and he almost got it. No score yet after a minute as Chris Johnson, he drains the tray. Well, that's a now good start for the Braves in the second half. Getting a step around and laying it in, flying past Beast and the rest of the Braves defense. So a quick answer. Now here Zaisev, as looks like we have a Gosan Daniel. Now, the difference between an unsportsmanlike Gosan Daniel and that one is they're determining that the shooter was not airborne. That happened a lot in the second season, so the competition committee decided that would, from then on, be considered a unsportsmanlike foul. Johnson down low. The Dreamers do a good job rotating. Try to push it up, but now we'll leave it to a guard. switch. Now the Braves zone up as Boyd spinning baseline and making a tough bank shot. Like I said, he missed an open one in the first half, but you get style points for that one. Now up by 11 as Lai Tian tries to drive. Leaving a pass into the hands of Boyd. It's a little 3-on-3. Kenny to Achi, the three is up and through. So much for a good start for the Braves in the second half. Now find themselves down by 14. Gotta think, how could the Braves allow Achi open in transition like that? So TJ is coming in for Lai Tian, who did not have the start to the second half like Coach Roger was hoping for. Lu Guanliang will get swapped out for Randall Walco against Tsai Wen-Sen. Those two were going for Sixth Man of the Year of the inaugural Plus League season, if I recall. TJ spins free for Igor Zaisev. Nothing but net on that. Achi will try the runner, and ball will get away to Johnson's hands, who's showing off the dribble moves. Now they calm it down for a half-court possession. And the elbow extended, no good. So Chris Johnson taking the lead for Brave scores on the game over Jian Tingzhao. Now they need to get some stops as Achi given a step. He lets it fly and it's in. In the face of Chris Johnson, Lee Junji's got a couple of threes on the game. Johnson trying to get it back quick. Does so with a right-handed hook. Now again, they kind of get the switch. Gilbeck trying to go right at Zaisev, who walls him up. Walco from mid-range, no good. Now lost track of it as looks like Johnson's okay in that awkward fall there. It looks like maybe some slippery ground. Unless the teams will call a timeout, we will be entering TV timeout territory after the next play. So far, it's been a 10-6 third quarter for the Dreamers. The Braves have already committed 3 turnovers. Boyd from the top of the key, long rebound right to him. He's got some momentum and blows the layup. Didn't have enough on the finger roll there. So a blown opportunity as Beast will go to his bag. On the switch, they switch back, but Boyd remains free and misses another open one. It's almost like he needs these mid-range shots to be a high degree of difficulty. Zaisev turns and fires, and looking like a shooting art out there with that buttery shot. Can the crowd get into it as Achi? That would have been a tough shot. Winston was a little bit tighter to the shooter, now going right at him. Ooh, and a whistle as Lee Jingji definitely looked like he got a hand on the ball, but it was definitely a mismatch, so there perhaps was some grabbing and jostling for position. Now we've reached the TV timeout, but the Dreamers so far are holding the Braves at bay. We'll be back after the following messages. Head to the Plus League online store where you can make a purchase, and get Roll 5 credit. So I opened the broadcast talking about the Dreamers being streaky. Well, they started the season with 5 straight road victories, with the biggest being a 120-104 win at the New Taipei Kings home arena as perhaps their biggest challenge. So they passed that one no problem, but now have 3 straight losses, most notably minus 32 against the Kings. That final score 114-82, and then 2 losses in a row to the Braves in week 12 by a narrow margin. And the biggest thing is defense, as coaches preach a lot. They allowed 85 points per game in their winning streak, and then 109 in the last 3. All games by 100. All games they gave up 100 points, I should say. They didn't lose by 100. That would be not good basketball to watch. Running low on time, it looks like Zaitsev. Dan there. Jumped on 1 foot, then landed on the same foot. That difference in scoring on defense is even more noteworthy, as offensively they scored 99 points, then it only fell to 95. Almost a bad mix-up there for an opportunity as Walko stops KJ at the basket. Chen thought about it. Now we'll try to attack Zaitsev off the dribble. In and out. And that one backed all the way to the LED board for Zaitsev. Did not win Defensive Player of the Year in the first season. That belonged to Hashim Thabit, but Zaitsev won the Import of the Year, and a lot of that came down to his work on the defensive end. Really back in 2021, guys. Running low on time, Marble just jumping in short, and eventually Tobleton was out of bounds. So serious lack of urgency there by the Dreamers. For the Dreamers during that stretch, their points in the paint defensively went up from 33 up to 47 points. Second chance points 11 to 16. Not quite accurate with the pass. KJ runs into his own teammate, then hanging it in for a missed shot. DJ probably not playing the cleanest defense, will at least force Marble to slow it up. Offensive rebounds 11 for the Braves. Marble, tricky timing, and somehow gets it to fall. Had quite an extended bit on the bench to start the third quarter, but picked up where he left off. Oh yeah, and bench scoring defensively as Jinting drops it in on the run. 27 points given up, went up to 45, and a lot of that has to be Ling Ziqie in the last couple of games for the Dreamers on the road. Smart now switched on to Marble. He drives and kicks to Walko. A little bit too much mustard on that one. Down by 9, TJ with again that running right hook layup. Just like that, the Braves have actually closed it to within 7. TJ with 13 points on his night, seriously making up for the absence of Zhang Zhongxian, or Jet Cheng, as known as in English. And Smart trying to guard Marble. Chen popping 3, and he rails the tray. Flips his wrist, and TJ another score on the layup. Marble slips it to Gilbeck, who ran into the Braves wall. It looks like Zaisev might have took it to the face. Little back and forth as Jintinzao can't make it a 7-point play. After the stop. Trying to make it back into a double-digit lead as Smart takes the foul. Only the second on the quarters. Gone by quick. Getting a look at the slip pass, and Gilbeck kind of just hit the ball against Zaisev. Zaisev was hit a couple other times there physically. Chen will try to step back. Would have not been an easy shot. So let's see what the Braves can do with 2 minutes to go. Close quarters passing as Johnson tries to step back. That's no good. Marble, Walco, good. This right now, trained my eyes on Devin Marble. He's doing really well out there. Not only, of course, dribble driving, but you see, even though he gave up the basketball, made a good cut, good timing, good tempo, and could have been an opportunity if not for Randall Walco knocking it down. Substitutions coming up. It is dead quiet right now in the arena. Going without the basketball. It looks like a steal by Marble, stripping TJ there. Marble has shot up to be the #2 steal getter in the Plus League, 2.8 per game. Second to only Kenny Manigault. Marble calls off the screen and uses timing to get to the basket. That's definitely some experience taking advantage of Brandon Smart there. Free throws coming up. Both teams have avoided being in the bonus so far, and this is our first free throws of the second half. Evan Marble, the Flint, Michigan native, continues to add to his strong performance. Josh losing the dribble, and they're lucky to get it back. Kicks it to Patton, and he lays it in. So turning that lemon of a play to lemonade. One final play with the shot clock turned off. Marlboro's got the switch on the Patton. And a whistle. So wary of the one foul to give. Got to make sure it's early enough. Don't want to get in trouble by fouling late and giving up free throws anyways. So time for the Dreamers players to set something up. You can see Boyd trying to communicate with his teammates. Down in front of the Braves bench, Jay Chen on the curl will get two in the air. A pretty decent look after all. So the Dreamers extend their lead by a point as we head to the fourth and final frame of this ball game.
好，可以看到我们的浩生拿着我们神送最新的 Galaxy S24的 Ultra 手机，被拍到的朋友一起来看镜头 ，Say cheese。好，包厢的朋友比个耶，来看一下浩生的镜头，我们一起来拍个合照，就用我们浩生手上的 Galaxy S24 Ultra 最新款的手机，总经理。我们台湾三星电子的梁总经理，看一下镜头，浩生要帮你捕捉一张最好看的照片。很专注的总经理，好，来喽，帅哥美女，看个镜头，比个耶，笑容摆出来，谢谢你们。包厢的朋友，再给你们一次机会，拿起手机跟浩生互拍。来喽，卡洛琳、姊妹。还有我们的韩国的朋友们，一起来看一下镜头。来喽，两位，看一下浩真的镜头，爸爸，谢谢你带着小朋友一起来支持勇士。我们外国的朋友 ，Hello friends。再给你们一次机会，再来一个3连拍，1、2、3、4。
Plus League 球迷 ，Oh My Basketball 是我本人在 iBar 学英文吧，教你了篮球的英文术语，欢迎大家点资讯栏的链接一起学习。
来，换你们了，看镜头。
So far on the season, to go into more of the splits in terms of teams that are ahead. The team that enters the fourth quarter with the league in the Plus League, oh, is it too depressing to say? But they win 87% of the time. The Dreamers in particular have won all 7 games which they led by 10 or more points. On the Brave side, losing 10 or more points. It has happened twice, and they have lost both times, so it would take quite something. Johnson with a big crossover. I don't know if it was passed or it was a deflection. DJ will end up taking this long two, and it knocks it down. Again, the Braves get the first score of a quarter, but let's see if they can keep it going. It's only one score after all. Achi slips it to Boyd, who puts it on the deck smartly and gets it in from close. Good patience there by Boyd. Okoye getting some run. I think that Roger doesn't like this matchup for him. Smart with a man in front of him. Archie screens for Marble as he gets it back on top of the key. Down to Boyd with Chris Johnson guarding, trying to go with power. Putting up a shot for a miss though. Shot clock doesn't reset as Walco did good to put it on the rim, let alone make it a close shot like that. The Braves kind of catch a break there. Or you could say the Dreamers don't get a shot clock violation. Smart against Walco. TJ over Hachi. Good hustle by Jerry to fight for that rebound as Marble, big spin move around Josh. Here he comes. Crosses over Smart, flips it to Boyd, but CJ erases it. Looks like we might have an injury with Julian Boyd after the shot. Numbers for the Braves as Johnson lines it up and misses to the left. Looks like Boyd is good to go, but slowly walking up. With Zaitsev in front of him. His running layup is in. Just too fast. Ling Junji's been going up against Igor Zaitsev now for 4 years, and that athleticism by Achi is really showing up. The lead right now at 13. From deep, but left it short as diving save by Josh will only let the ball fall out of bounds. So hoping to get a spark back in the game. Beast will check in for TJ. Initially tight on Marble, now gives him a step. Testing the shot, and he still drills it. A little bit of physicality on that screening play. Brandon Gilbeck, Chris Johnson, both involved. So Marble already surpassing his individual game scoring as an unlucky tripping call against Gilbeck there, as I think it was Zaitsev that lost his footing too. Fourth personal on Gilbeck. Gilbeck only 2 rebounds in the third quarter, but played 10 minutes and 47 without committing a foul. I'd say that's a success. Skip past to Smart in the left corner. That one's good. Coach Roger did say Brendan Smart has a little bit more scoring potential than Iboka, and that's kind of why he's in there, especially in the absence of Michael Singletary, or because of the absence of Singletary. Shaking him one way and faking out the other. Marble with almost another highlight play. Missing off the window. We're going to Zaitsev. He's got a step, flipping it up for a miss. Brandon Gilbeck came in to disrupt that shot. Dreamers trying to put this one away as Johnson's fouled, or Johnson was whistled. Get another look at Johnson, probably lucky to get away with just a common foul with that tap on the head. And just like that, the Braves switch assignments. Marble leaves the 3 short as clearly Johnson agitated. He's kind of a dangerous man to be around. Beast dribbling around all of the Braves defenders with a pretty behind the back, but Lai Ting-un not open, now Z's open. Aji doing the around the world as there's a whistle on the play. Zaitsev went down. It's Gilbeck trying to free up Aji. His 5th personal. Timeout is called as we hopefully see things cool down after this. Another look at the play that was going down. You see Johnson hit Gilbeck, who then made contact with Zaitsev. You see that right hand going down into the chest of Zaitsev, and definitely some embellishment on the fall, but it wasn't exactly a clean play either. And again, the contest is getting quite heated. The referees kind of have a messy game on their hands. But really, the Braves can't really afford to take Johnson out. He is one of their best scoring threats out there. Patton not quite getting in the flow offensively. Beast lucky to save the basketball as Marble is all over him. But now they're going to bring in Pat for Zaitsev. Johnson after some jabs misses the 3 as Patton finding the offensive rebound. He's going to his tricks and laying it in with his right hand. Just unrelenting with the dribble moves. Now a double screen for Marble, can't free him up, but Aji to Gilbeck, nice spin move, a little bit of daylight and a make. Wow, you're mentioning how Gilbeck has not been aggressively pursuing points, but in that particular case, he really showed off the good skills there. Now, I only bring this up because it's always expected that imports in the Plus League, imports in Asia are trying to carry some of the scoring burden. But again, with the import rotations as they are now, you can probably have games where scoring is not nearly as important. Running low on time, Lai Ting-un throws it with one hand inbounds. Just about 6 minutes to go. Beast open over to Lai Ting-un. He'll put up the 3. Good contest by Marble. Jump back into the picture. Double screen into a reverse ball screen as Marble gets into the mid-range and an easy make. So previously in a win that got close, Beast is fouled. I don't know who it was. We'll find out soon enough. But Coach Perlman did say one time, as you see Gilbeck with the right hand on the back, but Marble swiping down. So Dreamers could catch a break with the foul call. So Coach Perlman, I asked, were they kind of running the offense they wanted to run in a game where they had a sizable lead, but it shrunk? And he said, well, we do have kind of what you called, Ryan, in that particular instance, me, call burn the clock offense, and we weren't running it. So we weren't burning clock and we weren't getting good quality shots, and consecutive stops by the other team gave them energy to get back in the game. So far, Zijie, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Make it 8 points. And also some of the best dribble moves we've seen tonight, but won't count for anything if they take the loss. Braves show a zone. Randall Walker on the handoff, almost dropped it in. Can't get a switch as it's a Beast one-on-one, almost leaving the basketball for a steal just to make it into a crossover. That's some diabolical gamesmanship there by Zijie. There you see almost, I don't know if he meant it or it was inadvertent, but he left that dribble. Marble went for it. And Beast almost got by him, if not for the trip. Well, that's one thing working in the Braves' favor. Now the Dreamers want to talk it over. Maybe Coach Perlman wants to review the zone breaking offense for the Dreamers, or perhaps maybe get them refocused on loose balls. Maybe shade a little bit over to defend Beast. There you see Michael Singletary, two-time Finals MVP for the Braves. His plus league career actually kind of started a little bit slow, but eventually becoming the record holder for consecutive double-digit scoring games. On the Braves side, not much has worked for them, but starting point guard Jian Tianzao, with his dribble drives and the variety of layup moves he can put up. And that time was kind of curious, kind of dribbled into 2 import contests on that shot. Well, the Braves' record after the Lunar New Year's is kind of at risk. The highlighted winning streaks there in the second season and the third season came starting the very first game after the break. So on the middle column, that's longest win streak before the Lunar New Year's, and on the right, longest win streak after the Lunar New Year's. So 8 wins, 7 wins, 8 wins. And knowing that Momo was going to put up that graphic, I looked it up myself. Well, season 1, they were the #1 team pretty much the whole way through. But in the second season, they were in 4th place, and that run boosted them up to #1 in the plus league. They eventually fell to 3rd with the Lioneers and Dreamers coming on strong in the end. And last year, it boosted them from 4th place to 2nd place, and that's where they would end the season, in 2nd place, where they played the Dreamers in the finals, or excuse me, the Pilots in the semis. Dreamers were eliminated by the Kings on the other side. And this year, Braves, at least in 3rd place. Marble gave it a good effort. Boyd saving it. And thankfully, him and the fans are safe as Osh is wide open. Forced into a miss. TJ getting open, and that one probably blocked by Walco. Triple pull-up is good. Devin Marble has been money tonight. Patton is open, but the pass was a little slow and his pass was deflected. That will be the 17th turnover by the Braves on the game. Marble over KJ with a pure jumper. I think you play good defense, but a guy like Devin Marble kind of spoils those plans as Beast. Lucky to get it to a teammate as Johnson trying to bank it in. It looks like the Dreamers have this one pretty secure in the bag. Well, the Braves only 71 points in a home game. We credit the Dreamers for playing hard and perhaps having a good game plan as Boyd denied by CJ there. Still some time as Jerry will try from 3 and he banks it in. Looks like the Dreamers are ready to head home with a W. A well-earned W, I'll put it at that. Timeout on the floor as we get to show you this graphic. Devin Marble's highest scoring game. They're highlighted against the Braves. Today, 33 points there at the bottom. He didn't get into the 20s in the 3 other games he's played. Lioneers, Kings, then Kings again. But if he's gonna be scoring like this, the Dreamers certainly gotta feel good about their upcoming schedule. So, good news, bad news for the Braves before the break. On that last Wednesday, before we really concluded our season before the Lunar New Year break, they lost to KGC here at home in a game that didn't matter to the standings, but to wrap up their play in East Asia Super League, they ended up 1 win, 5 losses, and I think appropriately linked at the bottom of the East Asia Super League power rankings among the 8 teams that participated. They started the season with a October 18th overtime heartbreaker against the Chiba Jets. You might recall Yuki Togashi brought his talents over to the National Taiwan University gym and really dashed the Braves playoff hopes possibly. They did win on November 15th against TNT Chungpan Giga 106-97. But without that first victory, really the Braves had more than an uphill battle. They lost all their other games by a margin of 15.5. Ball off of Kenny Chen's leg. The referee's not granting a shot clock reset. Now on the Kings side, they were undefeated through 4 games, but lost 2 straight on the road. There you see, maybe they should have granted a shot clock reset. But as it is now, they will. And so the Kings will be moving on to the Final 4 in Cebu. Their first opponents will be those Chiba Jets, whereas the 2 Korean teams will match up in their side of the semis. Johnson, his step back short, almost turnover with that collision against KJ. Finally, team rebounding will go the Dreamers' way as Walker will slow it up. Not emptying their bench yet. Marble's got Tokwe in front of him. Again, driving left, kicking it left. Walker kind of off balance there, will miss poorly. Not the worst thing in the world, as getting to the cup and scoring is Josh. Dokoir might have played a good game previously, but the last game against the Dreamers, only 2 for 14. Not seen that much playing time in this one. And that last goal will bring him up to 5 points. 4 seconds to go. Marble from the top of the key. No matter, he connects over 2 Braves defenders. Stoppage for substitution. I want to see that one again. Bringing that ball from his right side over to his right shoulder and up and through. Oh, Coach Proman let us know Marble's really a really strong defensive player, but if you just turned on this game tape, well, I think he's a kind of mini Kobe Bryant replica right now. AJ leaving it for Marble, but it slips through his hands. Now on the switch, Marble going to work. A good skip pass to all the way from his favorite left side corner. So Wook Wei, as customary, coming into the game and making a 3 for the Dreamers, one of the OG team members, as just got a couple of possessions left. Analyze, get one, perhaps, possession more for the Braves. So Marble +1 to the assist column for him. That should be his 4th on the game. No, that should be his 6th. Website's kind of going to sleep on me. Marble will try the 3 from about 26 feet out, and that ball out of bounds. I think it's the end of the game. With the Dreamers letting some of their reserves come in. I don't quite think this counts as some play time at the end of the game. Number 18, Yang Sen-yen. And number 10, their rookie, Ding Guanhao, are out there for the final buzzer. As on back-to-back games out of the Lunar New Year's, we've had a double-digit blowouts here in the Plus League, so definitely feeling like the break has not been fair to every team. 96-73 is the final in this one, and I'm told by our producers we'll be trying to get Devin Marble on the headset to tell us about how the team spent their break and what their focus is for the second half of the season. So we'll get that set up as the two teams retreat into their locker rooms. The Braves next play tomorrow against the Lioneers, and with the Lioneers having a good game against the Kings, probably makes the Braves fans a little bit nervous. Meanwhile, the Dreamers next play on 228 in Taoyuan against the Pilots. There's Marble.
Yeah, I can hear you, I can hear you.
Being asked about how tough it is to beat the Braves.
No, it's very tough. The last couple games we played, they've gotten the best of us. We just wanted to come out and be aggressive and try and get one on the road.
Asked about playing point guard for...
Yeah, no, I do like playing the 1. Some nights it's going to be me scoring. Some nights I'm going to get my teammates more involved. The way the game plan just went out, I was able to make some shots, and we were able to get some stops, and then that led to us getting a big victory.
Now asked about the defense the Dreamers played.
No, yeah, we're a defensive team. I feel like when we went on that little losing streak, we weren't playing the best defense that we know we can play. And over the past couple weeks, we've been playing better on the defensive end, and then that helps us to get some easier points in transition. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
So thanks for Devin Marble and our colleagues at the Mandarin broadcast. That was Tiong or Mark asking the questions. I have to help channel that for you guys as we do not switch over the sound channels. Overall in the game, the Dreamers only turned it over 12 times and were only out-rebounded by 2 boards. And considering how they shot the three-pointer much better and had way more free throw opportunities, it was kind of just a one-sided affair starting the middle of the first quarter. So we'll go to break before wrapping things up from Heping Gymnasium. Final word from Heping Gymnasium, where Devin Marble actually breaks the Plus League scoring record off the bench, previously set by Randall Walkus, 34 points. If I remember correctly, that was right here in Heping Gymnasium. All the cheerleaders are trying to have a good time as the Braves fall big time to the Dreamers in the first game after Lunar New Year's break, breaking a 2-game winning streak from the first game out. So tomorrow, a traditional Plus League doubleheader over the weekend. It's the Pilots at Xinzhuang against the Kings, and the Lioneers will be playing the Braves here at 5 p.m., the scheduled tip. So the Braves continue to try the combination of Chris Johnson, Justin Patton, and Eor Zaisev, but third time against the Dreamers was going to be a Dreamers victory. Our Mandarin broadcasters, Xiao Hu on the left, Mark Tionghui on the right. Wrapping things up on the Mandarin side. I've been Ryan Chen. Thank you for watching this broadcast on behalf of FTV, Momo TV, our partners in the 6 teams in the Plus League and our league office. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.